What is up, comic fans? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. It's Tuesday. That means it's part one of the 48-hour event that happens every week called New Comic Book Day. If you're lucky enough that your shop releases their DC books, then you're right where I am. If not, don't go anywhere. We're not doing spoilers today. We're just going to look at what come out, talk a little bit, just talk about news and all that good stuff. And before we do any of that, go ahead and check this out. Go ahead and give a little love to the channel sponsors. Big Time Collectibles, they sponsor that monthly Legion Loot giveaway for the channel members. We just drew for the January winner this past Sunday. Congrats to TM Nerdy for winning that. Be sure to follow Big Time Collectibles at their website and on social media. And if you need anything cleaned or pressed, our friend Justin can help you out for as little as $10 a book. Hit him with that promo code WeAreLegion or let him know you found him via the channel to take advantage of the buy two, get one free special offer. And don't forget to become a channel member yourself and get those loyalty badges next to your name, as well as those custom emojis, and entered into that monthly drawing. And a big shout out and thank you to all the channel members. This is the most updated list. There's a lot more names to be added from the past couple of weeks, but I figured I wanted to get better about putting those up. I guess I'll update them every month when I go to make the giveaway wheel. So they'll pretty much just, it's a monthly membership. So I guess that would be accurate to just update it once a month. So yeah, we're going to get into what came out this week. Got some movies to talk about, got some books to talk about, see if there's any new updates and new news. I did see one thing that caught my attention right before I went live that I'm excited to get people's feedback on, because you know those James Gunn announcements have been the hottest talk from DC Comics for the past week now. But let's say hello to the chat and we'll go from there. Las Crucius 1971 has re-earned his top spot as the first commenter. What is going on? Hello from New Georgia. And we have TM Nerdy, hashtag DC. He is in the building, here to talk DC. Yeah, absolutely. Brother John is in the building, also here to talk DC. Well, y'all have come to the right place. And another great place. Last night, I had a blast hanging out with Brother John, collecting with Durs, Beckerman, and Alan Rue over on the Comic Viking channel. We did a deep dive into Kingdom Come. That was a blast. That's just like my fandom was going 1,000 miles an hour. Getting just to sit and talk about that book. Dream come true. Beckerman is in the building. I'm here. You may begin. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm literally never up to catch these live. Let's go. Oh, well, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen Tyler in this live chat. Ever. I guess because of his work schedule, I'd assume. That's all that I can assume. Let's see. Do this. Absolutely. You want an apple fruit bar? You got your green ones?
Yeah, and the red ones.
And the red ones? Where does this go?
In
the trash can. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. There it is. All right. So yeah, I'm glad you're here, Tyler. TM. We got Blue Hellion Comics is in the building. What is going on, Dan? Hi, folks. I hope all is well. Hashtag Blue Crew. Absolutely doing good. This way, me and Monkey had a blast hanging out, running errands while Finn was at school. All that good stuff. KDBM is in the building. What is going on? Hello to you. Hello. Collecting with Durs says, at work, just finished lunch and read Flash and Action Comics. Very cool. I did read this week's Flash book. Definitely read that. There wasn't an Action Comics came out this week, but we'll get into the books here in just a minute. Trev, the shipping guru, is in the building. What is going on, Trev? A lot of channel members popping in. That's awesome. J-Pop, hello. How are you doing? Happy DC Day. Yep, I'm usually a sleepy. Well, I'm glad that you're not a sleepy at this time of day today. Very cool. People saying, hey, all that good stuff. Just paused Bachelor from last night to watch. Oh, man. Thank you. That means a lot to me. I know how big of a fan you are of The Bachelor. I've been watching Survivor with my wife. She absolutely loves that show. I don't know what specific season or what or anything like that. She just likes to watch it. I think it's a few years old, the one we're on right now. I haven't read that. It was last week's. Okay, cool. Hellos. All right, so let's look at it. So the past couple of weeks have been barren on the comic shelves. I think last week I had 3 books, just 3. And the week before that, it wasn't much bigger. So to kick it off, I'll show you what we'll be giving away today to celebrate New DC Day. And I never know what I'm going to pick. Every now and then I might have an idea. I'll get it in just a minute. Yeah, So every now and then I might have an idea or something, but typically I just go into the shop and look what's on the shelf, and I just pull from something that's there. And that's what I did today. I walked in and I looked, I'm like, oh, it's definitely this. So what we have here is Static issue number 1, Polybag Special Edition. This set includes Static number 1, 4 panels of giant 16-panel mural, exclusive cover poster, and traded card printed in Canada. So what this is, it's a reproduction of what they did when Static first came out in the introduction of Milestone in the 90s. But this is the brand new Static series. I don't believe this is a reprint of the book. It might be. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, I think this might be a facsimile of the old book. But needless to say, it either is or it isn't. But there's a brand new Static series, season 2, that just hit shelves this week because Milestone is back and rocking and rolling. And I saw this, I'm like, dude, this is awesome. Static's such a cool character. I love gimmick stuff. And it had a $9.99 price tag. So I figured that'd be a decent giveaway for new DC Day. So this is what it's going to be for today. So that way, if you win this, you have the opportunity to open it or keep it sealed. I have all of my Milestone number 1s, the original ones, all polybagged and sealed still, except for Static, which I have it in a CGC 9.8. But this was awesome. So I grabbed one to give away. And then I grabbed one to go into the Legion loot box this month as well. So both of these will end up going back into the channel. So that's what you could win today. Figured that's pretty cool. A lot of people know the character. He's a cool character, but not too many people maybe have that issue. So we'll go with that. More people saying, hey, just pause back alley boners to watch. I think that's a bigger loss than what Tyler's going through. Afternoon to Flash by Night. Comics, how are you? Oh my God. Survivor's the best. I think I've only missed 1 or 2 seasons. Yeah, it's okay. I like the scheming, watching them scheme. It's just fun. Polybag goodness, that's right. Only 3 DC books for me this week. Durs, my guy. People saying hello. Hope it's a facsimile so I can crack it open. Yeah, maybe if you win, you figure it out. I'm not opening it. I was going to get 3. There was only 3 on the shelf, and I had all 3 in my hand. And then Alan came in, the comic Viking, and he's like, "Oh, what's that?" I'm like, "You want one?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, you can have one." So I didn't have one to open myself, so I'll never know. I'll never know. Unless whoever wins today wants me to open it, that's up to y'all. I'd rather just send it to you as is. Not many on my list this week. DJ. Been wanting to find that after seeing the one you got. Travis, you got the OG one though, right? Been wanting to find that after seeing the one you got. The one you got, Travis. What, Static? Static? Or the Superman? I don't know. I just sent Travis a polybag return of Superman. But yeah, there's a lot of cool polybag stuff. Like they did the Deceased polybag recently as well. The Death of Superman, Return of Superman. There's a bunch of them. But yeah, all these milestones were originally polybagged. And there's 2 covers for each one, I believe, as well. But anyways, TM said he's got the OG one. Let's go. I didn't know that Bachelor and Survivor were still on. Yeah, I didn't either. What is going on? Biggie Shack is in the building. What is up, brother? How are you doing today? More Survivor talk. Travis got the OG Static. I knew that polybag one was coming out this week. Wanted to try to find it. I mean, oh, okay, awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I've got the original in a CGC 9.8. That's like the only milestone one that I have slabbed up like that. The rest of them I have in polybag. Yeah, and I need to get a copy of the original one polybag just to fill out the set. But I feel like Static is definitely the one, like for milestone. He's the one. Right there on the blue bag by the jacket. You see the blue bag? Yeah, look in there. You find it?
Yeah.
You need me to open it?
Yeah. I can open it by myself.
You want to try to?
Yeah.
Well, don't go far in case I need to help you. And throw the trash away too, please. Okay. Yeah, Static is the one. You had Icon, the Blood Syndicate, Hardware, but Static is the one that seems to get the most attention. So let's look at this week's books, give some attention. Still not a giant release week. I had 4 on my pool for reading, kicking it off with book 4 of Mark Silvestri's Batman and the Joker, The Deadly Duo. Again, the semi-gloss, semi-matted cover. You can see how the light hits the characters on it. Like that's pretty dope. I know a lot of people are raving about this series. They're just like, oh, it's so good. I think the artwork is stellar, absolutely stellar. Look at the Joker up here with the zipper eyes and mouth, where Batman had him wrapped up in the cave that last issue. I think the artwork's stellar. It's definitely a Black Label title. This one's super edgy, but it almost seems like it's a little much. The story is pretty standard. You have monsters attacking Gotham. They seem to have like super strength. They're pretty durable. They seem hard to kill, all that stuff. And then there's a shadowy character who seems to be behind the whole monsters being set loose on Gotham. He seems to really hate the Joker. We have Gordon missing. We have Harley missing. We have little pieces of Gordon getting mailed back to them. And we have Batman and Joker being forced into a little team up here, which that's the part that really loses me. Like, I don't really care, I guess, because I was reading the Batman Beyond the White Knight, where you have like Joker's consciousness inside of Batman's head as well. And I don't know, I've hit that point where I'm jokered out. I absolutely love the Joker, but I am jokered out. There are cool little funny things, like he's got a Batman belt buckle on. You need a knife for that?
Yeah, your knife.
And I think it's going to be just kind of like a standard run-of-the-mill story. If you're not Batmaned out, if you're not just burned out on him, this is probably a great story. But me, I feel like I'm just so invested in the Detective Comics stuff Ron V's doing, which is just fantastic, that I think that's where all my passion for Batman's going right now. Here's this. Here's your blood pressure pump. Oh, this stuff's really in here. Stethoscope. What do you need next?
Shot and fever.
All right, there's your fever checker. It's a thermometer. And shot. All right. Welcome. And not reading Detective, loving Chip's Run though. See, I'm the polar opposite. I'm reading both of them. I think Chip's Run is boring. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad at all. But when you compare it to what Ron V's doing, he's crafting like, how Philip Kennedy Johnson just did like the War World saga for Superman. It's kind of like that, but for Batman. He's doing something big and long term and like character altering and lore altering. And then you have Chip Zdarsky, who's on record like, I don't know how long I'm going to be on Batman. I don't care how long I'm going to be on Batman. I'm not doing anything lasting. I'm just going to tell these quick arc flip over kind of things. I'm not digging this Batman waking up in another Gotham where who knows what, and you got this Red Hood character and Selina's running the crime. It's just if I know that none of it's lasting, I guess it's like how people are talking about and feeling about the DCU movies for this year. If we know it's all changing with James Gunn, why should people get invested in these? I kind of feel that way about the Batman book. And speaking of it, number 132 came out this week. So yeah, again, I don't think it's bad. I just think it just pales. Like, that's 3 Batman titles right there I'm picking up. Deadly Duo, the main title, and Detective. And I've said it for like years, even here on YouTube, that Detective Comics has always been the one that I would recommend to people over the main title.
Can I put this on Larry?
Where does it go? On his leg?
Yeah.
On the front leg?
No, on the back leg.
So where the Batman title, the primary one, can get gimmicky, where they can do stuff like introducing all these new characters that they really don't go on to do anything with, or they keep having like these kind of events inside of the book, like the Joker War.
It's not everything. Look.
You want the rest of it out? You ran off. You didn't want it. Where the main title can get gimmicky, Detective seems to be consistent, good storytelling. Like Mariko Tamaki did a fantastic job on it. Peter J. Tomasi, I think, was before that, maybe. The paper's in the envelope. See, it's in there. And then now we have Ron V on it, doing big things. What is going on? Hello, Wheelchair Superhero 87. But is anyone else out there reading Detective Comics and following what Ron V's doing? He's doing this fantastic story. They're kind of leaning into the lore and mythology of the city itself. And everyone knows how you have the Waynes and the Arkhams. That's like the main 2 families that help build Gotham. That's where you get like Arkham Asylum from. And of course, the Wayne and their empire is known to anybody that knows Batman His dad was a doctor, and his parents before that, they were all wealthy. And even in some stories, you get into how Martha is an Arkham. Her maiden name is Arkham and stuff like that. So what they're doing is they're looking back farther down the Arkham lineage and how they've fallen from grace in Gotham. Their name is associated with crazy, with the asylum, with everyone having mental problems in their family that they even kept under the radar. Matt Reeves even touched on it in the Batman film from last year. But what they're doing with this is going back so far back that the name isn't exactly Arkham, it's Orgham. And to their origins in other countries and how they're coming to set things straight and to reestablish themselves and their place in society and as figureheads of the city. And they're leaning into some really cool, mythical kind of stuff and mystical kind of stuff with these characters and where they're from in the world. Ron V's really good about touching on different cultures and these cool mythologies attached to these cultures. And that's what he's leaning into. It's super dope. It is super dope. Next up, speaking of super dope, Jeremy Adams has been doing a stellar job on the Flash title. Since he's taken over, it has just been a blast, top-notch stuff. And we're in the middle of this fun little event called the 1 Minute War. This is part 3. It's technically part 4, but it's billed as part 3. This is in the main body of Flash, issue 192. So it all started with issue 190, but we did get a one-shot special last week. And this kind of continues on from what we've been seeing. It's an alien invasion, and the aliens have the ability to access the Speed Force. So everybody on the planet standing still except for all of the people that can tap into the Speed Force, and they're trying to get their bearings on everything. There's been some huge revelations, major long-standing character things that happen without getting into spoilers on this one. But I'm interested to see what he's going to do, if some of this stuff is going to stick, if there's a catch to it, if there's a twist. Great jumping on point. Great jumping on point. Highly recommend it. Flash has definitely made a big come up. We've seen Superman come back, and now we see Flash getting brought back, and you hear more and more people talking about this run. So I highly recommend dipping your toes in the water on this one. And the last book I picked up for this week, you guessed it, DC Comics Lazarus Planet. The one shot for this week is Next Evolution. It's supposed to be focusing on 4 different stories. We got Red Canary. What's that girl's name? Heartbeat or Heartbreak or Heartless or something. Flatline. That's it. Flatline. She was most recently in Joshua Williamson's Robin run. I've read the first few of that and I dropped it. Wasn't digging it. Wasn't for me. But we got TM is super excited about the Flatline story in here, and it kind of makes sense because the whole kickoff of this happened on the Lazarus Island, where the events of that Robin story took place, where the death tournament, Flatline and Robin meeting each other happened at. But we're also getting Deadeye's getting a story in here, and then we're getting introduced to the Vigil. So this is a character that if you check Rom V's IG, you see where he's teased something about the Vigil and what they are. I think it might be a society or an organization that's coming toward Gotham, but I won't know until I read it and get to that. But I believe it's the first appearance of that character or something of the sort. So if you are somebody who cares about getting your hands on some DC Comics first appearances, this is one that you might not want to skip. And so far, these have kind of been hit or miss, to be honest with you. Story-wise, the Lazarus Planet stuff is touching on a lot of characters in a lot of different places. So it's not your traditional little event where you just get like a linear story. You got the big first issue that they dubbed Lazarus Planet Alpha. Then since then, we've just gotten one-shots with short stories showing you how the Lazarus effect is hitting those characters. And this issue is no different. So after this, I believe we have one more one-shot, maybe 2. 1 or 2 more one-shots, and then we get the finale, Lazarus Planet Omega. But they are doing a Return of the Gods kind of mini-series after that. And then there'll be 1 issue left of Batman versus Robin. But it's all really just place setting for the Dawn of the DC stuff. We'll see how it goes. Superpower Review is up in the building. What is happening? I see some 1.8 sexiness. Yeah, it's the prettiest 1.8 first appearance of Swamp Thing you'll ever see. It most definitely is. Hope you're doing good, Kevin. Look forward to getting to hang out on Guess That Key with you next possible chance. Batman versus Robin, yeah, absolutely. Batman versus Robin, written by Mark Waid, it might add. And that's another thing with these. You're getting a laundry list of writers and creators working on them. And another thing that's got me a little excited for this, we do have Rom V on one of the stories, which I can only assume will be the Vigil story, since he'll be taking on those characters outside of this. But that's all that I had on my reading pools for this week from DC. So 4 books. I'm excited for all 4. I've read the Flash one. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. As you can tell from the cover and the synopsis on this one, we kind of focus heavily on Bart and Ace. Ace being Wallace. They're kind of getting away from using the name Wallace to describe him, being that we have Wally and Wallace, damn multiverse. But really enjoyed it. The dynamic between those two together on the pages is fantastic. They're really fun characters. The Flash family is just all around great. I am getting the new Static book. You might win it today. Who knows? We shall see. And then another thing, it took me a couple of stops. Target did not have it in stock. They said that it wasn't going to be an in-store item. There was going to be one that you'd have to order from their website, which breaks my heart because normally I would always get my movies from Target, but they've reduced their video section. They've reduced it heavily to an end cap and a little 6-foot section. Not long ago, I was in Best Buy and noticed where they used to have like the most sprawling movie section. All the TV shows, all the movies, all the animated stuff, everything. They're down to just a couple of little island stands. They don't actually have like shelf space and aisles. I'm like, dude, this is heartbreaking. But luckily, I did ask somebody because I told Monkey that there's a new Supergirl movie we needed to get. And she was like, Supergirl, yay. And they didn't have it at Target. And she was bummed, super bummed. So we went to Best Buy. And they didn't have it there. And she's running around with a little stuffed animal. Where's Supergirl? Where's Supergirl? So I asked one of the employees, and they're like, give me a minute. I know I have it. I know where it's at. It'll take me a second. So it turns out they had it at Best Buy. They just hadn't rolled it out onto the floor, onto their little new release standee. But I was able to pick up Legion of Superheroes, the next DC Universe movie. This is inside of the Tomorrowverse. If you don't know what that means, DC Comics animated universe is connected. They do a lot of standalone movies. It's pretty much every other movie. You'll get a standalone film and then a film that's in the connected universe of the animated stuff. They capped off their previous connected universe with Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, and they started a brand new one with Superman Man of Tomorrow. That's why it's dubbed the Tomorrowverse. But we've had 2, 4, 6. This is film number 7 in the Tomorrowverse. So I'm excited. The last one was Green Lantern, and it was really good. And we've had like a Justice Society one. We've had some really good ones. So I'm pumped to watch it. I'll be throwing that in here today. And the whole synopsis is Supergirl, under Clark's suggestion, heads to the 31st century to train with the Legion of Superheroes because she's kind of down and out. She does have a tragic existence. And her and the other characters trying to train their way to get onto the team, discover a plot, and they got to stop it. So I'm pumped for it. And if you look on the spine, let me see if I can get that to focus. If you look on the spine, you can see Green Lantern, Supergirl, and it builds out the letters DCU so far. So this finishes out the letter U and starts like what I consume in, because it's going to eventually say DC Universe, which that would take a lot of movies. So I don't know what they have planned. But I'm looking forward to continuing to build out those spines. I'll probably take a picture of all of them side by side and post it to Instagram because there's really cool artwork on it. Really cool artwork. How long is the movie? Let's see what we got here. The runtime is 83 minutes. 83 minutes. So an hour and 23 minutes. Yeah, about an hour and a half. Yeah. Yep. And there's always cool special features. There's always on this one, like I do get the Blu-rays on these. The 4Ks cost more and you don't get any extra bonuses for it. And you really don't see any difference with the animation style stuff from 1080 to 4K, especially when I have the TV with Auto Motion Plus on and the high dynamic range converter and stuff. So I save a couple bucks doing that. If they did give us extra special features on the 4K, I would do that. But you get the Legion behind the Legion, Down to Earth, the story of Supergirl, Meet the Legionnaires, Brainiac Attack, the intellect behind the supervillain, plus from the DC Vault, 2 bonus cartoons. And they'll pull those cartoons from all over the place, from the Justice League series, the Batman series, Superman, Brave and the Bold, wherever they've done animation stuff. If they'll grab a couple episodes that's associated with the film and throw it on there. And typically they give you a sneak peek at the next upcoming film, which me and Pops for decades, we would watch these movies together when we first watched them. And before we even started it, we would go in and look at the sneak peek for the next film. It was always part of what was fun about checking these out. But yeah, I'm excited to watch that with the kids here not too long. So that we're getting down to the wire. I got one more thing I want to mention. So go ahead and put hashtag. Let's see, what did I put in here? Hashtag DC. Yeah, let's just do hashtag DC into the chat, and we'll draw for that winner. Go ahead and get this collecting. We may need the digital code. I don't know who we is, but I use my digital codes. I buy it on physical to support the hell out of the calls, and then I use that digital code, and that way once I'm done with the watching the special features and stuff, I just end up using the digital service. But again, as a reminder, if you're getting in late, we're giving away the static number 1 in the poly bag with all the goodies inside. And this is from the release today. But I did see an article where it was announced that the ending of Flash has removed a lot of Michael Keaton and Sasha Cale Supergirl from the end of the Flash. And I saw people commenting on it, losing their mind. Of course they would. James Gunn this, James Gunn that. And it made me actually kind of excited in the sense, like, obviously these people didn't stop to think they're clearly still in the movie. But it makes me think they're going to be doing the Flashpoint thing that I've discussed on here a few times, where we actually see the cleansing of the universe from the Flashpoint. If we might be getting a smooth transition into the post Flashpoint universe, which I'm really excited for that. But if they're reshooting scenes from the end of that, I'm hoping that they went back, and I'm hoping that they did it to Shazam, Aquaman, Blue Beetle, whatever they need to do it to really kind of bring in the actual Flashpoint event. I'm hoping that goes down. Hey, PSN. What is up, PSN Green Hulkster? How are you doing? Did you already watch that movie, Mark? No. I just got home like 20 minutes ago, or 20 minutes before I started this. Now I'm playing Hooky today, the new DC one. No. Came out today, picked it up today. Finn gets out of school at 1 o'clock, and then we have to mosey back home and all that stuff, get them settled and cool and all that. So when I get off of here, I'm going to be giveaway trolling. Yeah. So when I hop off of here, I'm going to be firing it up. I haven't even unpackaged it yet. So yeah, I'll be firing that up and watching that with the kids. That's how we'll spend the middle of our afternoon. We're waiting on some really cool mail to show up. Ordered some toys, and the kids know that they're scheduled to be delivered today. So they're both pumped because there's stuff for both of them as well as myself in there. So I'm excited to get those in. I've been doing a lot of YouTube shorts and kind of focusing on toys. I buy a lot of toys. I've collected toys my entire life, and I don't really get a lot of that content onto my channel just because the limitations with filming, with the time that it takes to do it, the editing and all that stuff. I just really don't have it. If I can't one take something, I really can't really commit to it. I don't want to spend a lot of time producing a really decent quality video and then the very next one just be back to the standard one take stuff. I'd rather it be consistent and all that stuff. So I've been playing with the YouTube shorts a little bit, which has brought a lot of new eyes over to the channel. And I'm kind of keeping that for the most part, toys and a little bit of comic stuff as well. I do the little walk through the book exchange, the Augusta Book Exchange, when I'm picking up my books, and the couple of mystery boxes that I've bought since I started doing it. I'm putting those up on there as well. So I'm just kind of playing with content for that, but mainly toys. So all the stuff that I get in the mail today will end up popping up on that as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Happy birthday, CJ. Appreciate that, Kyle. Kyle says, for those who haven't yet hit that like button. And speaking of Kyle, numerous people, I sent out tons of new member welcome packets today. I think 7 of them. So if you are a channel member and you still haven't received a new member welcome packet, be sure to hit me up on Instagram. And there is a Legion of Comics Facebook page. Everything I post on Instagram, more or less, I post over there as well. If you don't have Instagram, you can DM the Legion of Comics Facebook page and give me that address, and I'll get you some stickers and magnets and cool swag out. So that's enough time. Let's see who won this. We got 19 entered. We got 25 watching. This is last chance in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as always, this is U.S. shipping only unless you're a channel member. Then I'll ship worldwide. Otherwise, you got to help with the shipping costs. KDBM, awesome. A previous winner, back again. I should have your shipping info. I can't remember if the last time you won was before or after I had the new Instagram. But all the same, hit me in the DMs just to verify. Message me on IG. And just like last time, my friend, this one will get out quicker. I have mailers this time, but it'll ship on Tuesday. I ship once a week, and that's Tuesday morning. The post office isn't as close as it used to be, and the time is valuable. So Tuesday morning, I'll get it out to you, my friend. Congratulations. He has won static number 1, Polybag Collector's Edition, and again, includes static number 1, 4 panels of giant 16-panel mural, exclusive cover poster, and trading card printed in Canada. So it does look like a facsimile, the first one. I don't know if they're doing a cover swipe, but it says nowhere on there that it's the second season 2 thing. But yeah, super congrats. Awesome sauce, my man. So that's it for today, guys. We're right at the 30-minute mark where we want to be. So please hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and consider joining the channel membership down below. And a big thank you to all those channel members again. Appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.